Hey, this is Dan, the Help Me Chef with What the Food, and I'm coming to you today to bring you in a wonderful bar pub food that's called Irish nachos, okay? We have corned beef, a mustard cheese sauce over top of sauerkraut and potato chips. It's an amazing meal. In fact, one of my best Irish friends, Paddy O'Furniture, he loves this. I don't have a friend named Patty O'Furniture. Okay, so point being, let's get started. I want to show you the ingredients. We have Guinness, 1 bottle. We have about a 4-inch by, well, it's about the size of your hand, about the size of your palm, piece of corned beef. And you can use the rest of the corned beef for corned beef and cabbage or something, but this is great for Irish nachos. We have a mustard cheese sauce. The way we go through that is we have 2 pieces of cheddar cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter, a teaspoon of flour, 2 teaspoons of mustard powder, and a tablespoon of cream, heavy whipping cream. What we do is we also top it with a scallion, give it a little color. And we have 2 tablespoons of sauerkraut and 2 handfuls of potato chips. Now, the most important thing, believe it or not, is to make sure that these potato chips are the ones with the ridges, okay? You need a hearty, thick potato chip to hold up to this mustard cheese sauce and the corned beef. So let's get started. So let's just get this corned beef into a pot, okay? We'll get that going. Let's get that pot on. There we go. Let's open up this Guinness, just like so. Let's get that cooking. Okay. Oh, many of you are like, heartbroken. I just put a Guinness. That's the most expensive thing in this whole meal, is this Guinness that I just put on that corned beef, okay? So let that start cooking down. We want to give that about 20 minutes. And you're like, corned beef in 20 minutes? It can be done, especially if you do it this way, okay? So we're gonna let that cook up and go from there. Let me just let that boil up, and we'll see you soon. Okay, we're back and we're getting ready for our St. Patrick's Day feast. So let me let you know where we're at. We've got our corned beef and our Guinness beer boiling up nicely, and we're about ready to make our cheese sauce. Before we do that, though, I'm actually going to get this this scallion cut down. I'm just going to scissor cut it into little pieces like so. And if you want to, you can just cut down the middle, and then you can cut through, and you get nice little small scissor-like pieces of scallion. That's going to go on top. Super easy to use scissors. Okay, it's fun. It's like relaxing, and we've been cooking that. If it starts to boil over, you got to keep it down on a low to medium, okay? Because you can see it starts to raise up. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So when the heat's too high, it'll start to, I'm going to turn it up on purpose. It'll start to boil up and boil over. You'll see what it starts to look like. I'm increasing the heat as we go here. Okay, you see what's happening? It's going to start raising up. That means you're too hot. You need to bring your, because that will overboil. And we want to try to avoid that. So I turn it down, let it come back down. Okay? So I'm just going to turn that off for right now. And I'm gonna get our cheese sauce ready to go. So in our cheese sauce, we have, remember we make our roux. I don't know if you've seen us before, but if you do, you'll know that we have to make a roux first. So in our pan, we always add our butter, whoop, and our flour together. And that begins our roux, R-O-U-X, okay, whoop. Begins our roux, which is our way of making our beautiful sauce, cheese sauce, and that also keeps it from being lumpy. All right, if you make this ahead of time, like so, it'll be nice, smooth sauce. It won't be lumpy. So we let that melt down. We go ahead and add our mustard powder in, and we let that mix up as well. All right. So all the powder's in first, okay? Then the liquids, Oh, actually cheese in this case. Let's get our cheese in there. We have 2 slices of cheddar. Let that start melting up. And we use a spoonful of our liquid here, of our, whatever we cooked our corned beef in. And you can see how the cheese starts to melt. Okay, see that? It's melting nicely. All right, let's get our corned beef out. Put it on the deck here. Not much to look at right now, but in a minute, it'll be delicious, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and pour this cream in here as well and get that cooking up. Let's go ahead and mix that up. That's our mustard cheese sauce for the top. Doesn't that look lovely? We'll heat that up in a minute, but I'm gonna cut this down first. So I'm gonna look at this and I'm gonna go against the grain. You can see the grain is running north and south, so I'm gonna come across it. And I just want little tiny pieces of this corned beef. Okay? And we can even make them smaller than that. So now we come back across and we make just little tiny pieces of corned beef. Okay? Just like so. We want little nuggets. Okay? So that's gonna go on top of our nachos. But first, we add our sauerkraut, which has been squeezed. If you squeeze this out, this is sauerkraut that's already been squeezed all the juice out. So we just want to pepper that across the chips like so. Okay, just a little bit. Then we want to add our corned beef like so. And I like a lot of corned beef on my Irish nachos, so we're gonna put a bunch on there. Like that, okay? Then our cheese sauce. Let me just heat that up again. Let's heat that up. And if it's too dry, then we can always add a little bit more of this liquid from our corned beef, okay? So that looks pretty good. All right, that goes over the top. We just right over the top like so, okay? It's a mustard cheese sauce. It's amazing. Guinness mustard cheese sauce right over the top of those nachos. Irish nachos for St. Patrick's Day or any day, okay? It works for any day of the week. Don't have to wait till St. Patrick's Day to have them. And then we just hit it with a little bit of scallion on top just to finish it off. Doesn't that look beautiful? And it's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. Irish nachos, what's not to like? That with a Guinness? Come on, forget about it. So we have to try them now, okay? This looks amazing. It's got corned beef, mustard cheese sauce, sauerkraut, and some scallions on top. That is so good. It's the crunch of the potato, the mustard cheese sauce on top. It's like, I don't know, it's like corned beef and cabbage, but better. And it's like nachos, but better. It's like a potato skin or a baked potato with corned beef, cheese sauce, and scallions in it, okay? You gotta make this. Please, do yourself a favor. Make this. It's great bar food. It's great any day of the week. It's super delicious. I wanna see it. Make it Make it your own and post it on our Facebook page on What the Food. I want to see what you're making. You got to make this. Irish nachos coming to you live. All right, keep cooking.